Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Scott Martin. Police and school district officials in New Albany have launched an investigation into threats made against the middle school. Well, school officials say they got the threat at 3:15 and it's intended for tomorrow morning. The school district is working with law enforcement through the investigation. There are currently no cancellations for Friday. Any and all announcements will be made on Twitter and the school's phone messenger system. Well, threats and school shootings across the country have law enforcement agencies stepping up efforts to better protect students. And Winston County deputies are working with schools to help find better ways to respond. Our Jory Talley has more.
We want to be up on our game in case something does happen.
Winston County Sheriff deputies, Louisville police officers, and MHP troopers are walking the halls and touring the entire campus of Nanawoya Attendance Center.
Principal calls says we got an active shooter, let's just say in the gymnasium or at the field house or in certain area of the school. We need to know where to go to. We don't need to be running around and saying, oh, is it over here, is it over here? We need to know exactly where to go because every minute counts, every second counts.
How quickly the school and first responders react and the way they react is very important if this situation were to ever unfold.
We need to know if the door opens from the inside, outside, if we have to make breach of that room, if we're going to have to try to force it outward to us, or if we can just kick it and try to make it go in. We need to know those different things.
They also need to know these things because these officers would be the ones responding in case of an active shooter. Nanawoya Attendance Center has almost 600 students, and their safety is the school's #1 priority.
We have to keep in mind that all the agencies that are going to be coming to help us may not know where our gym is. So today was so crucial to our safety. You know, with our #1 priority having been a safe and orderly school, the fact that they now know which direction to go for our gym, our field house, our tech prep hall, wherever it may be, there's some idea out there now.
Principal Belinda Swart says the recent school shootings have been an eye-opener and caused them to revisit their safety plans and add different measures.
You can't think of every scenario, so when we can get all the agencies to come in together and collaborate and work together, and maybe they can think of some things that we haven't thought of. You know, I will say that it is on the teacher's mind. It's on all of our minds. And so they've got some great ideas. They've researched a lot of things.
Deputies will also educate parents on what they need to do and where they need to go if there is a school shooting. 3 other schools in the area were also toured by the deputies. A former West Point police officer is facing an embezzlement charge. You may remember last October we reported that city leaders fired Detective Sean Keller. The 41-year-old was booked into the Clay County Jail late this afternoon. Keller is accused of taking more than $3,900 back in August of 2017. The indictment says the money was previously seized by the city of West Point. City leaders have not commented on the investigation. Keller's bond was set at $10,000. And in Lee County, a former deputy is indicted on 3 counts of fraud. Michael Mayhew turned himself in yesterday. He faces 3 counts of submitting fraudulent statements. The arrest comes after a lengthy investigation into allegations he falsified documents causing financial losses to the county. Mayhew was released on a $10,000 bond. He has not worked for the department since early 2017. Well, time now to get a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, it's almost the weekend. It's almost here.
Well, Scott, you know what? I have to work this weekend, so it doesn't really count for me. For you, yeah, we're almost at the weekend. All right. Live look in Tupelo here right now with our Alpha Insurance camera. All quiet this evening. We actually did have a few showers out there in the Delta. Those fell apart. Dry air really eating away at that. Tomorrow, 60s north, 70s south. We do have a risk for some showers and storms in the region, and it looks like during the afternoon and the evening we'll have a cold front move on through. There will be a line of showers and storms, some of which could be on the strong side. More on that, plus a look ahead at that weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Keith. Well, we're still months away from the U.S. Senate special election to fill Thad Cochran's seat, but just weeks away from learning the final lineup of candidates. Today, one of those potential candidates made a final call not to enter the race. Courtney Ann Jackson has more.
Republican Andy Taggart had hinted at a possible run, but put a cap on those questions Thursday, saying he will not run for U.S. Senate. Millsap's political science professor Kenneth Townsend makes this point about the announcement.
McDaniel's camp has to be probably the most disappointed, because they knew that a path to victory, a path to the runoff, was going to be significantly cleared by having the Republican vote split up a bit more.
Candidate Chris McDaniel called Taggart out on Twitter Wednesday night, and Taggart fired back. While it ramped up interest from politicos, Townsend doesn't think it's enough to make a big impact in the race.
I think for most voters, though, they're not paying that much attention. I think for the vast majority of Mississippi voters, it's going to be a little while. It's going to be later into the summer when you see more ads on TV.
A recent Chisholm Strategies poll shows Democrat Mike Espy in the lead. It was conducted before Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton announced his candidacy. Even still,
it's not unimaginable to have a Democratic U.S. Senator in Mississippi. I think that's the one thing that I really want to emphasize. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, the fundamentals at play and the particular dynamics at play in this race leave open a real viable possibility that there will be a Democratic U.S. Senator from Mississippi. And that's interesting and noteworthy.
that being said, Townsend believes Shelton will likely struggle with widespread name recognition, but he does think he may, as a moderate Democrat, pull some votes away from Cindy Hyde-Smith.
That was Courtney Ann Jackson reporting. The qualifying deadline is April 24th. The special election will be held November 6th and a runoff November 27th if needed. Well, tragedy in the skies. A U.S. Thunderbirds pilot is killed after a mishap during a flight training exercise in Nevada. Well, it happened at the Nellis Air Force Base Wednesday morning. Well, now the team's upcoming show in California this weekend has been canceled, and in just 2 weeks, the Thunderbirds, they're scheduled to perform here at the Wings Over Columbus 2018 Open House Air and Space Show. Well, airmen and women here heartbroken after learning the devastating news. April 21st and 22nd, the Wings Over Columbus Open Air and Space Show has a full lineup of events, and they expect thousands of people to attend.
We have 11 other aviation events happening throughout the day, and we're going to keep a spot open for the Thunderbirds if they're ready and have recovered, and they're going through a lot, what they have to go through.
Our thoughts definitely with them at this time. Also, along with the sights in the sky, there's also an open house where guests will get a chance to see what happens at the Columbus Air Force Base. There's also going to be a car show on top of nearly 50 other educational exhibits for everyone to enjoy. For a full list of the fun, just visit our website at wcbi.com. Well, that air show is still a few weeks away, but another event is already getting into full swing, the 2018 edition of the Columbus Pilgrimage. Visitors from all over the country and the world are expected in the Friendly City here in Columbus. The Columbus Visitors Bureau CEO Nancy Carpenter says this year guests can expect the usual Southern hospitality, including horse-drawn carriage rides, antebellum home tours, garden tours, and that's just to name a few. She says they're always excited to welcome visitors to the area.
It is a way to bring guests from all over the world. We'll have visitors, and did have visitors from Scotland yesterday, from England, Canada. So usually the norm is to have visitors from almost every state and as many as 15 to 18 countries.
The festivities officially kicked off tonight with a party on the lawn of the Tennessee Williams Welcome Center. Check out our website for a full slate of events.
Well, we have some more cold air coming for the start of the weekend Saturday. Not a washout here, but temperatures will likely only be in the low 50s, breezy and cool. Saturday night, down into the low 30s, a widespread freeze is likely. For forecasts, thanks.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
We have some high clouds in the region today. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from Vernon, Durham's Pharmacy, Tupelo, and Columbus. Now, at the last couple of seconds there, you can see some of those lower clouds that try to come on in, some moisture trying to come on in from the west, but the dry air we still have in place eating away at that. So, still a risk for an isolated shower tonight. Tomorrow, a better chance of rain, especially during the second half of the day. Although those of you in Bruce and Pontotoc, New Albany, Tupelo, you may see some rain during the morning in addition to the afternoon. Highs only in the 60s. Farther south, probably not a lot of rain during the first half of the day. We may squeeze in some low to mid 70s here. Mid 70s down towards Philadelphia, only around 70 along US 82. But your chance of rain will be a little bit higher in the afternoon and evening. And over here in the West Alabama as well, upper 60s to low 70s, warmer south towards Aliceville, cooler up there towards Hamilton, with a chance of showers and storms throughout the course of the day. Now, we do have a new flash flood watch in effect for Grenada, Winona, Kosciuszko Point southwest. This is for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Some heavier rain on the way. Now, we all may see 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of rain around the region. Some spots will see more, some spots less, but that is the potential as we go throughout the course of our Friday and early Saturday morning. Right now, not a lot going on. There's a front back up here to the northwest. That's the system coming our way. That's the system that will move on through here tomorrow. Now, there's an opportunity for some severe weather on Friday afternoon and evening. The higher odds down here in orange, and this does clip our southwestern counties. Can't rule out a stronger storm for Tupelo or the Golden Triangle area, but it looks like from Grenada down to Columbus Point southwest, a better opportunity for maybe some of those stronger storms. And at this point, we still envision the best opportunity of any kind of severe weather reports around here probably being of the high wind variety more so than anything else. But of course, we'll keep watching it as we go throughout the next 12 to 18 hours. Alex will have the very latest on sunrise starting at 4:30. But the showers and storms will cross our area during the course of our afternoon and evening. Gusty storms at times, some heavy rain. We wake up on Saturday with not a lot of rain, but a lot of cloud cover and some blustery conditions. I do suspect we'll see some clearing develop as we go throughout the day on Saturday, so hopefully we'll see a little bit of sun. Saturday night we'll have that freeze. Pretty nice day Sunday, but some more showers possible on Monday. But speaking of next week, we do expect to see a fair amount of sunshine next week and a gradual moderating trend. And by the end of next week, in about 7 days, Scott, maybe approaching 80 degrees yet again.
Well, it was a night to make wishes come true in Starkville tonight as hundreds from across the Golden Triangle came out for the Make-A-Wish annual Starkville Wine and Wishes. The foundation is raising money to help send kids in the Golden Triangle who are dealing with illnesses on a wish trip. Since 2010, the foundation has granted 91 wishes in the area.
It's an opportunity for the children to take their mind off the challenges that they face, and it gives the families great pride to see their children happy, and not worried about having to go to a doctor's visit today or taking their medications. It gives them a break from the everyday grind of trying to battle through those illnesses, and it's very rewarding for them. It's something for them to look forward to help get them through the challenges that they face week in and week out.
If you'd like to donate to Make-A-Wish Mississippi, just visit our website, wcbi.com. One area hospital is adding eyes to watch ICU patients. The new technology that's helping nurses keep watch when they aren't in the room. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. In a hospital, ICU patients are in need of the most care and the most monitoring. And Baptist Golden Triangle is making sure its patients always have watchful eyes, even when the on-duty nurse steps out of the room. Our Parker King gets a look at the new addition and shows us how it works.
At Baptist Golden Triangle, the 18-bed intensive care unit has one nurse for every 2 beds. Of course, that nurse can't be in 2 places at once, but the latest addition to the ICU, in a way, can make that happen. The TeleGuardian monitoring system.
We also call it EICU, so it's kind of like telehealth in a sense. We have live EICU nurses that are located in Memphis that can help collaborate with us, with our patients.
When the unit gets busy, these extra set of eyes can come in handy.
If we have a patient that there's a lot going on or we need to step into our other patient's room, we can call our EICU nurse, ask them to watch our patient.
It's pretty cool. They're constantly evaluating that patient.
But they're not constantly watching. They only come when they're needed, and that's only a push of a button away.
You just hit the button on, the EICU nurse comes across the screen with a ding-dong like a doorbell.
Hey, Angela.
Hey.
We have a new patient in the ICU, wondering if you could do a little education with them.
You know, today I got very busy. I was unable to call and for a consult and called the EICU, and they called that doctor for me.
For a job that can be hectic and fast-paced, having that extra supervision is giving Baptist Golden Triangle nurses less stress and more focus in making their patients' care number one.
They know that they've got someone kind of has their back and can notify them if something's going wrong.
You just, wave, say hey, and they're welcome. They'll do anything.
Baptist Golden Triangle is the first of the hospital's 21 locations outside of the Memphis area to implement this monitoring system. Other locations in our area will be putting in the systems in the coming weeks. Well, another Bulldog will test the NBA draft waters. More on Nick Weatherspoon next in sports.
Sports with Tom Ebel.
Columbus and the Heritage boys basketball team celebrating in style, holding a parade in downtown Columbus. The Falcons and the Patriots were honored for winning state championships in boys hoops. NSU signee Robert Woodard and the Falcons won their second state title in 3 years. Heritage Academy won the MAIS AAA state championship, advancing to the overall semifinals. Hundreds of fans showing out to support their hometown teams. Lamar Peters threw his name in the NBA draft hat on Wednesday. Now his freshman teammate in the backcourt is doing the same. Freshman Nick Weatherspoon will test the NBA draft waters as well, but also won't hire an agent. The deadline to withdraw from the draft and return to Mississippi State would be June 11th. Weatherspoon is projected as a first-round pick in 2019. New stadium, same old rivalry. Mississippi State and Ole Miss meet for the first time on the Diamond starting Friday in the new Dude. It was all Bulldogs last year, sweeping Ole Miss 4-0, but the Rebels have been on a tear this year. Both head coaches say it doesn't matter what you've done, past or present, when your biggest rival comes to town.
They wear maroon and we wear red and blue. So yeah, that's I've always said it doesn't matter, what you play them in. If it's checkers, that you could sell out a stadium and our fans are going to want to win and their fans are going to want to win. So yeah, 100%. There's a rivalry in baseball.
The kids are older. They played a bunch of freshmen last year, and the kids, I think they're really talented, but they had some of the results that you have when you play freshmen a lot, and they're certainly getting good starting pitching. They've got a good bullpen, and they're hitting much better than they did last year, and they've got some power numbers.
Baldwin hosting East Union for some division baseball. Top of the third, the ball gets away from the catcher. East Union capitalizes. Jake Wood crosses the plate, slides in safely for the score. 1-0 East Union. Then Joel Wilkinson's going to add to that. Slaps one out to right field to drive in run number 2. So East Union, everything working well to start the game. It's 3-0 now. That score would change as Basil rips one to left center. That's going to give East Union a 4-0 lead. And then just like the third inning, Baldwin mistakes led to East Union happiness. Another ball gets past the catcher. Another run scores, makes it 5-0 East Union. And that's all they need as the Urchins get the final strikeout and shut out Baldwin 5-0. Jordan Spieth owned day 1 of the Masters, shooting 6 under, but a lot can happen before Sunday. Mike Anthony has more from Augusta.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Anthony, and this is the Masters Life. Well everybody, it's finally here. After the long winter, play is finally underway at the 2018 Masters. The ceremonial first tee shots have been hit, the players are out on the course, and we are officially underway. And while you're out there taking in the action, we thought that we would give you some great spots to see some of the best golf in the world. The first shot of Amen Corner, the approach on number 11. A lot of danger as water enters play for the first time on the round. That approach shot so dangerous down the hill. at the grandstands by the 11th green. You can get a great view of those shots coming in, and then when you turn to your right, you'll see one of the most picturesque holes in golf, the most photographed hole in golf. It's the 12th, where so many players have found a birdie to maybe key a victory, or they've found the water and maybe watched the green jacket slip away. From there, you can take a short walk up the hill. You'll see the tee shots on 13. It winds a sharp dogleg around to the left into another picturesque green. Number 13 green is looking as good as it ever has. Tons of birdies and eagles there seem to determine the tournament each and every season. From there, you might want to head over to number 15, the second par 5 on the second 9, and it's a long straightaway par 5 that goes up and then back down a hill. And if I were you, I would make the trek all the way to the green. My first time here in 2008, I found a spot up at the top of the grandstands by the 15th green. Within an hour, I saw Tiger Woods chip in for an eagle. Then you turn your direction to the right, there's the 16th tee, and an hour after Tiger Woods accomplished his eagle, I saw another eagle, this one in the form of a hole-in-one off the club of Ian Poulter. These are the shots that are going to make the tournament. These are the shots that whoever wears that green jacket is going to remember for the rest of their lives. And if you follow our advice, you'll have the best seat in the house to see those shots go down. Well, we thank you for joining us at the Masters Life. I'm Mike Anthony.